Welcome to the nahsee exchange. This is another one, another weekly um, video that we're coming to you with some, rather interesting topics. This one is gonna be a little bit different from what we would normally do, but should be exciting nonetheless and very interesting. Um, so put your comments down below, join the exchange, like, subscribe, share the video. Again, welcome back to the nahsee exchange. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are returning, yo, thanks. We're glad you are here. So welcome back. And again, what we always say every week, say it with me. If you're nahsee or you can't see, clean up your heart and come. Let's talk.
Mhm. So this week, we're featuring another YouTuber named Phankleen. He's from Africa and he's in UK, and he did a video basically addressing the idea of why most diasporans, people, Africans that leave from Africa, obviously, to the UK or other places, are broke.
And stay broke.
Somebody broke, have no money, basically living hand to mouth,
And to
scraping to
mouth
survive.
all day.
So it's like you list out some reason as to why this continuously happens to a certain set of people. And I think some of the points that he raised is also relevant to Jamaican and Caribbean people that even migrate to the UK or United States, because it's pretty much the same thing for all of us in some way, shape, or form.
Mhm.
It's basically the same trap or the same issues that
Yeah,
we
yeah.
face.
So this is a reaction video that we're gonna do pretty much. We've never done one of these before, so this is new for us. Are we no, we've done them before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
we've
done
done
this before.
reaction videos. Yeah, we have. So, anyways, this is a different type. So we're gonna share the screen, play bits and pieces of his video, and he's pretty interesting guy to watch. So we're gonna also put the link to his YouTube channel in the
Mm-hmm.
description to go over there and check him out and like, comment, subscribe, because a lot he mainly
And telling me we
focuses.
sent you.
Yes, he mainly focuses on the African diaspora. I think he's from Nigeria, but a lot of the things that he talks about, you can apply
Relevant.
to us Caribbean people because it's so similar. So that's why when I saw this video, I was like, bro, we need to do a reaction to this because it's like talking about Caribbean people.
Mhm.
But before we go any further, we never introduce ourselves, you know. I am Trina.
And I'm Charles. I think by now they should know, but just in case you're
Yeah,
new.
just in case, you are some newbies, so they might not know. So, anyways, let me go ahead and get this video popping. All right, so here we go. So the first thing that he talks about is keeping up with the Joneses. No, no. Financial literacy. That's the
Yeah,
first thing.
poor life decisions.
Yeah, poor life decisions, financial literacy. So let's go and hear what he has to say about that.
Number one is poor life, and financial decisions, lack of financial literacy, which is a fundamental problem. And I've got in my notes, most people are poor because they've made poor life and financial decisions. It's always easier to put the blame on the economic system, life circumstances, companies, the government, politics. The truth is, it only takes two things to stop being broke: a good decision-making process and a lot of effort. That's all. Now, in terms of the financial literacy. So the reason is, some might argue and say, "Oh, Franklin, these, it spans across all, several societies and stuff." But because I'm interested in the African diaspora, so for the purposes of this, I'm focusing on that. Now, when it comes to financial, literacy, I've said this before in previous videos, right? And I'm sure a lot of people watching will align with me in this. It's a vicious cycle that's destroying so many of us within the Black community. Reason is, it's it's like a generational problem that spans across as we go generation after generation. Basically, if you come from a lineage where you have you don't even have at least a rudimentary understanding of personal finance, it's a major problem. Personal finance, we're talking about investments, financial discipline, delayed gratification, how to invest at the in the early stages of your life. And what you find is so many of us, right, within family structures, mom and dad, or some people maybe you're raised by single parents and stuff like that, you realize that coming up, most people come out of households where nobody really talks to you about finances. Nobody tells you anything. You get through your formative years, teenage years, and then you grow from your teenage years. Before you know, you get into your early 20s, and then from your early 20s, you just crack on. Before you blink, you're in your 30s, and it's a vicious cycle that destroy a lot of lives. And I've been saying this for ages now, so that you don't think all of this is scripted or I'm just, it's like a cliche type thing. I'm a classic example. And so you don't think, oh, this guy is just trying to say maybe what some of us know.
So that's the first one. He says financial literacy. We don't. Wait, I think he's right, because I think he's right when he talks about financial literacy. We don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and the point that he brought up is that it's from generation to generation, meaning that your parents never. The most thing your parents tell you, remember to save your rainy day. I remember to save some money, but
of your Bex money when you go somewhere,
or something like that. But the concept is that they tell you to save. Nobody really tells you how.
And here's the thing. And I think I can relate in terms of leaving from Jamaica, because most Caribbean countries, well, I haven't traveled to most Caribbean. I'm assuming that most Caribbean countries, they're more like a cash-based society, more or less. So you have people with cards and stuff, but majority is a cash thing. Most of the transaction you do, you have your money in your pocket, you save up your money, you show your partner, you save up your money, you go buy whatever you go buy. The largest thing maybe that you would use credit for is, like, if you buy a house, you go get a mortgage. That's even becoming more prevalent now, because back in the day, really, and people do it now. Them save up their money little, then build a one room, a bathroom, they live there, then they build on and they live there. That's how people that's how people build their houses. They didn't go borrow anything. So at the end of the day, when you have your house free and clear, right? All right. Maybe to buy a vehicle. So you go get a loan, you buy a vehicle. That's becoming more of, you know what I'm saying? But, or some people, they throw a partner, you put their money together and they go buy a second-hand vehicle. All right. So when you come from that society and you drop, boom, in a more European style society, wherein credit is important, your credit score is important. Yes, you can use cash, but the society, the society more runs on credit. You gonna have a hard time, because guess what? You don't understand. You don't understand nothing about credit. I know I didn't understand nothing about credit. Oh, I have a credit card. Swipe. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't understand anything about, if for me, I've never missed my payment. So if you look at my credit history, 100% payment. But I didn't know anything about what they call utilization. I pay my credit card. I pay above and beyond what I'm supposed to pay, but I have some balance left on there. I don't know about utilization. I was like, why is my credit score crazy? Because I'm paying it. But I didn't understand that what 30 or 35% of your credit score has to do with utilization. And
And
here's the other thing. If you leave, let's say you're an adult and you come to America and you don't understand about credit, listen, to get an apartment, they run your credit. If you go buy a car, oh, you get the car, your interest rate go and be 20%, 25%, 26%. So you buy a car that may be a little $10,000 car, and by the time you finish pay for that car, you pay 3 times what a car worth. Why? Because your interest rate was so high. You don't have any credit. You don't have any credit history. You know what I mean? Like in Jamaica, maybe you miss your rent one day and your landlord will say, oh, pay me next week. Oh, you can't do that in here. You're no landlord, especially if you rent an apartment, they will come for you. And when they take you to court, guess what? You're going to have to pay the lawyer fee. You're going to have to pay all the court costs.
plus, plus another part of the financial literacy is that most people don't know how to invest money.
Nope.
So even if
Nope.
somehow you surf, so you navigate that part, you don't know how to turn $1 into $2. Apart from just working, you don't know if making money work for you. So so that's a part of the financial literacy. You don't. So in the end, you go end up like it, as I say, I work hand to mouth.
Pretty
You
much. You live
have
hand to
no
mouth.
idea of how to get yourself out of that.
Out of the
Because you
mire.
just have the knowledge, the financial knowledge to accomplish that.
Yep. And then he's right, because like if you are come from a system wherein, and here's the thing, if you are come from a system wherein nobody taught you about, like growing up, our mom instilling us like, yo, don't owe people. You know what I mean? So pay, don't owe people, which is good.
Mm.
But that alone won't cause you to succeed when you leave Jamaica or wherever you come from and you drop in America. Oh yeah, don't owe people. But then what? You need something else to go along with that. You need some other financial knowledge, because if not, you're gonna be stuck in what they call the rat race. You're gonna live hand to mouth, because you pay, let's say you pay rent for about $1,000, depending on where you live. Because if you live in New York and in place there, your rent sky high. Fee, then you say sky high, not even like like 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom. You probably spend $1,000 upon one efficiency. If you need to turn around, you have to go to those spin round and walk in back way, come in your house. You know what I mean? So you have a rotted charge car payment, about $500-$600 a month. And I mean, on top of food, all the other stuff. By the time you look, nothing. You have nothing left. What you have to save? What you have to save? Nothing. So it's like you need more knowledge. And it's not like the knowledge isn't out there for you to get it. But when you have to work 2 jobs and you're tired, who want to pick up a book? Who want to go watch YouTube? But is what you have to do though. Honestly. Who knows about budgeting? Our mom is good with money, but mom never sit down with we and be like, okay, we have budget, we put it on paper, and we are write everything down, and we budget up. The first time I did that was when I came here, and our uncle, I had to sit down and write a budget. By the time I'm done with the budget, and when me have left to spend, I cry, I want to cry. Come here, I say, but me not have no money left. That's the first budget.
And that's one of the first steps in being financial illiterate.
You
Being
have to
literate
be able to manage your money.
You have to know
Every
manage money,
penny that
which
comes
is a
in
budget.
and every penny that goes out have to be accounted for. You can't make $1 go somewhere and you're like, I don't know where that dollar went. If you do that America, you're dead in the water. Straight. But this is the stuff wherein like you don't know until you get here. And if you're not fortunate when you get here to have someone to like take you under their wings and teach you the system, I mean, it's rough. You're rough. So anyways, that was one. So what's the other one that he has?
He says keeping up with the Joneses are social stigmas.
All right, so let's go back to Phankleen.
Social stigma. Now, here in the West, what do I mean by social stigma? Social stigma is a so-called cultural traps, like partying, clubbing, eating out 24/7, cars and finance, buying clothing, expensive clothing and jewelries, for parties or for occasions, and basically trying to, keeping up with the Joneses. A classic example is, like, say,
So
left go foreign. Worse in the era of social media, right?
mm-hmm.
I post online and picture. You have to look like they are foreign.
Hey,
You can't, they are foreign.
I look mashed down and
like,
packed down.
Like you live in Jamaica. So if you used to drive a Toyota, you want a Benz, you want a BMW, then are foreign.
Oh,
yeah, that's you have to, and that's it. You have to look like make it. And in the process of looking like you're making it, you're successful, you end up running yourself broke. Again, back to point one, poor financial decisions. And you lack of knowledge. So you are trying to look the part. You understand? Because I just say when picture them go back a yard or nobody log on Facebook, you look like you suffer. You understand? And that makes some people spend unnecessary money. Real unnecessary money.
I hear you.
Keep up to our image where really not we don't need to keep up to.
I get that's one of it, but the other side of it is if you used to when you're there a yard, you're used to flossing, right? Every man a flossing, and you come a United States or Canada or wherever you go, you have that same mentality, right? Every man a floss, but here what? You see $1 in the US, wherein it's $140 Jamaica, it's $1 in the US. And worse, if you don't work like one of them big strong job where you make strong money, if you are work a little minimum wage job, and for most places minimum wage is $7.25 an hour, you might get $10 an hour, right? And so now you make a little $10 an hour. So now you have to go floss. And here what make it so easy for people to get to with flossing. You can just swipe your credit card. Nobody will know that your balance is sky high and you're only making the minimum payments on it. Because you can have a credit card, $5,000 limit. You have $4,000 on there, balance. And you know how much you need to pay back every month? $50. You can make that $50 payment, but you're still on the hook for $4,000 at 28% interest rate. Figure it, do the maths, and see how much you're going to pay back if you continue to pay $50. So, yeah.
So, yep, that is it. So that is one of the issues that we're going to keep you. Basically, you live your country, you try for a better life, but you go actually end up keep yourself worse off than if you probably stay where you're in there.
Pretty much. Straight up. Let's do the next one. What the next one I'm going to talk about now?
Next one he said is the inability to communicate and integrate into the new culture, the new system of wherever you need to go.
This came to me is when you're coming from Africa, people are coming because usually 9 out of 10 times there's a misconception of the life abroad. So when you're coming abroad anyway, most people within the diasporan community have limited education whilst coming to the West. That's a fact. I don't mean that when I say limited education, I mean limited educational backgrounds. I don't mean that in a rude way. So when you get into the system here, they automatically fall at, to the bottom of the
average hotel worker or whatever.
Acclimatized with the culture and blending, and then career-wise to find their footings is always difficult. That goes to inability to write and speak or communicate effectively.
True.
Unfortunately, in our communities, some people have very ugly mindsets. When you're very articulate, like with proficient with English language.
Yep. Then say
Some
a show
people
off and
display
bossy.
inferiority complex, regardless of your number of your degree, master's, or your professional qualification. Yep. The inability to communicate effectively or write properly is a fundamental problem that's eating into a lot of our people, that's limiting them. So basically, they are unable to blend socially or culturally in the Western world. So even to go into a store to procure stuff or be able to articulate yourself or be able to defend yourself laboriously during the course of a job interview, it's always
it's hard.
Difficult. So that means is there's that psychological barrier or limitation, and people, the frustration, there's a mounting pressure of paying bills and stuff. People will then end up settling for low jobs, which means we remain trapped at the bottom end of the spectrum. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So the vicious cycle carries on. Now,
all right. So, I mean, that is very true. Like if you come into this system and let's say you're coming in with like just a high school level education or not even a high school level education, you've never even gone to college.
High school, not even say, because so my time, and here's the thing. So my time, you never make it even to college. One of the interesting things when I say is you can communicate in the culture, because here's the thing. How you talk to Jamaicans go different from how you talk to Americans.
Right.
And how you articulate certain things, it go mean different, because they have this concept. So it's like Jamaicans aggressive. We're not aggressive, but how we talk.
Yes.
So to somebody else listening,
yes,
it seem like you're antagonistic.
Yes.
So
but they don't realize that culturally, if you're communicating with a Jamaican, they wouldn't feel this way because they know culturally that we talk strong, we're strong, you know what I mean?
But you, the Jamaican, going to America, not
you go on a job,
not shifting that gear, will know you keep a hit your head against one brick wall and wonder why you're not going no further.
Because or why you're losing a job. Or why you're losing a job.
Or why your co-worker them can't get along and
can't get along. Exactly. Yeah, and if you're in a work environment and you can't get along with your coworkers, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna stay very long on that job because they're gonna see you as the problem. They're gonna say you as the because why? You have not assimilated into the culture. You know what I mean?
You don't know how to communicate.
You
can want completely good grasp of English, but you still don't know how to communicate within that culture.
Within that cultural framework. And you're right. And and the other thing, like you must say, like if you come here and you started out, let's say you have to go to high school and then come through the system as an immigrant, you have a way better advantage to me because high school, you learn the system, you see me, and then you learn the culture, all this. But if you just drop in America as an adult, it's hard because it's such a learning curve and you have to unlearn all the things that you think you know to know being in America because you don't know, and they're going to put you behind, you know what I mean? And let's say you're there in Jamaica and let's say you're there on your big work and you make your big money. Come America, you're working probably as a janitor because you don't have qualifications. Or you don't have the qualification. In America, you need it. Maybe in Jamaica, you have a friend and you have a link and you get a big work. Come America.
Are those working experience? You've been working for a number of years. You just naturally
yes. And so and you come here and you literally have to start all over. So now you have your big work. Like, I don't know. And if anybody's in the medical field, like if you're a doctor in Jamaica and you come to America, you literally have to like go back unless you got your credentials here. If your credentials are like from Jamaica, you have to go through training here to get your credentials so that you can practice. So it's almost, you have to start over. You have to start all over. So So all of these things. So when your relatives look at you and they're like, oh, you're the America, so you can't help, and you're the America, they don't. It's like they don't even understand where you're dropping out when you reach our next country, and you're
You
just
want
like,
a whole new
holy
world.
shit!
It's a whole
It's
new
a
world.
different, yeah. And you have people who in Jamaica, them have them big house and them big car and them Ray, and you come a foreign and you see where
And
they
I live in
live.
a piece of basement.
Basement, what?
People couch. Sleep on people couch. And the thing is, and him talk
Right.
about at one point they bring up is like when you are, because I've seen this in Jamaica, when you are able to articulate or have certain vocabulary and diction and whatever, people look on you different. Because I have a friend who's in the States now, and him say the place him there. People used to ask him, say, where are you from? And he say, yo, I'm from Jamaica. And they say, really? You sure? Because how he no, seriously,
You mean if a man
how he
sure you don't know
talk,
where he come from?
we don't know, because how he talk, how he reason, how he deal with things.
I
Them a
get
look
that.
on him like, yo, you can't be one Jamaican. Like you like the people look on him and say, you have sense. That's
No,
sad.
that is
And
bad.
it is sad. And I've heard more than one Jamaicans
Cause
say,
sometimes
like
Jamaican people
go on
ignorant
like
bad enough.
farm work program or whatever.
Mm.
And people meet them or whatever, and I look at them like, are you sure you're a Jamaican? Because those way they articulate themselves, the way they reason, the way they look on things. You have to wonder like, you sure you're not come from somewhere else?
Right,
Because again, obviously we have this whole persona of being aggressive and
right.
you know, we not do conflict resolution very well.
Oh
So some
no, we do
be
not.
array up here nice
Yeah, and this
and
and
shot
that and
and you
we're
know big
ready for
amount
it.
and you know
Yeah.
I'm afraid of you. So you
And
have
that
this
might work in
idea.
Jamaica. It will not work.
Exactly.
It not work in the
Exactly. The
western part
idea
of the
of most
nope.
Jamaicans are foreign. Unfortunately, I'm not saying it's everywhere, but if you experience it, me here and people come back and we talk and whatever, it's like they have this concept of Jamaica of us being aggressive and not too bright
Mm.
because we behave or we react to stuff. You
I
understand? So
think I've had that
when
a
I meet a
couple
Jamaica,
times.
we don't bring up that persona, the image. Say people have really wonder like, you really come from Jamaica?
I've had that a couple times where I'm talking and they're like, "Are you?" And then, "Where are you from?" Like, "I'm from Jamaica." And they're like, "You're Jamaican?" Like, I'm like, "Yeah, I
Exactly.
am." Or they were
So,
saying, "Where's your accent?" And I'm like, "It's not necessary." Or they don't hear that deep whatever where you're like you can't understand it. I'm like, what sense am I talking patois? What sense does that mean? You won't understand me, right? And the goal here is for me to communicate to you so you will understand me. I don't need to do that. So
but some people still do it. They don't realize, say, yo, you need to switch out of that. Be able
yeah,
to
and that's the and that's
get
the
out of your
beauty
own
of
way.
it. And
Get
that's
out of
the
your own
beauty
way.
of it too, right? When you have the ability to switch, and you have to be able to, because if you work, unless you work somewhere so you don't have to talk to people, that's different. But if you move to some other country, whether it's a United States or UK or whatever, you better, I don't mean no twanging, I mean you better get a grasp of the English language so you can speak well, and not only what they call enunciate. That there's a difference when you can enunciate so people can understand what you're saying, even if you have an accent. You need to be able to enunciate.
Mm-hmm.
And other people can't do that sometimes. So,
And,
anyways,
and are willing to learn.
yes, and they're not willing to learn. Not Jamaican, and me can't this on. Okay, then I guess you will, you know. All right, so when to the third one when talk about, why third one when talk about I know?
That one is the religion trap.
Oh Lord. All right, let's Whoa. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. The religion trap. All right.
Um, in exchange for a never-ending cycle of donations, financial commitments, which has destroyed the lives of so many. So what do I mean when you're talking about religiosity, right? Hey, there's 592 people online. Thank you for watching me. Can you hit the like button, please? Smash that like button, please. Thank you. Hit the like button. So there is the cycle of the religiosity trap is when people go to religious institutions, and I'm talking within the Black community, on weekly basis, you are required. There is emotional and spiritual blackmail. You're required to part with your hard-earned money. There is all kinds of offerings. There
The man said blackmail. That's a strong word.
You're offering your time.
Why?
And like I say one more time, I respect people's choices, but that's not going to revoke or diminish my ability to express myself anyway. You dig? And in exchange for a lot of those parting with your finances, people are subjected to the cycle of mental, entrapment and.
So what do you think about that one then?
Boy, he goes further down to bring up a point. See, where I say, yo, can you give you an example? Because it's not only the paying of tithes or donation or the whole concept of the church money, like your hard-earned money. It's also the concept of, for example, you have an issue with immigration. Instead of you go find an immigration lawyer, you go find a pastor. Okay, making a pray for you. And then you say drop an offering in a plate, drop an offering in a plate. That don't go solve your problem. Your money and time would have better been spent going to an immigration lawyer. You'll get evicted. Your money and time would have better spent doing research or going to an institution that can help you to find affordable housing or some form of advice. Instead, you are going to religion, putting your time and money into a religious institution. We can't help you. We can't help it because even go further down, we say the spirit of poverty, where people pray for like, oh, we bind the spirit of poverty. They must say, yo, the spirit of poverty is man-made. And it's coming right again from a point that make up coming down so far. Lack of financial knowledge, keeping up with the Joneses, your inability to communicate. You're literally creating this quote-unquote spirit of poverty with all of these things that you're lacking. So you run into the religious institution now, which is solve a problem where you can solve by just increasing your knowledge, you understand, live within your means, communicate and learn how to articulate in the culture, and so you can progress and go up the ladder.
Right.
That. Instead of going link a pastor.
I don't know why else I must put one day.
What? That's it. That's it.
Because I mean, I see a bad habit to have prior there Jamaica, whichever country I come from.
We love this concept of put it to the Lord in prayer. Leave it to God. Sometimes, no, leave it to God. Leave it to the liar. Go link your liar. Leave it to the liar. Don't leave it to Jesus. Saying? Jesus now come down, come write up no legal document for you. So what that he mean?
Or instead of you pay your rent or your mortgage, you put, I go put in the offering plate.
You know, because God go bless me tenfold.
Okay, then. I mean, if that's what you want to do. I mean, yeah. All right. Let me go to the next one. The man talk about the tax trap.
All right. We already mentioned it. We already mentioned some elements of this. But go on.
All right. Here we go.
Here's another one, which is the Western tax trap. The Western tax trap, which is what a lot of us are trapped in, in within. The Western tax trap is designed, and again, you don't need me.
I can drink my drink span that one,
but I would say it anyway. The Western tax trap is designed to keep the Western system going. This is why I laugh for some diasporans that say, oh yeah, but if I'm ill, if I'm this and this, I go to the hospital for free. There's nothing free. Even off the back of this pandemic, the government is already siphoning people's money because all of the monies that they've lost, they'll get the taxpayers to pay back.
Yeah.
There was something went viral where people were talking about people in the States, the Americans were getting $1,200. They're not free money. These are monies that you will pay
certainly
back
not free money. Trust and believe.
Western taxes. First of all, Accommodation is the #1 killer. Thank you, Miss Tix. Accommodation is the #1 killer in the West. The #1 killer. So your rent and or your mortgage. So for most people that earn averagely, paying your rent and your mortgage splits your paycheck in half.
Literally.
Except if maybe you join hands with your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend. It might not be exact half. And then you have other bills. You pay your car finance, you pay your food, you have to go to your religious institution, and you might have some other direct debit, some other credit card bills. And the reason I'm saying this,
I'm telling you.
Thank you, common sense sisters. Insurance is the list goes up.
Some
people are paying back student loans.
Oh, we don't even talk about that one there,
like, for example, in the States, in America, student loans are like monstrosity.
I swear to God, you can buy a house. My God. My God.
Now,
I swear.
I'm not sat here saying it's absolutely impossible for you to make something out of the West or something like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm coming from the angle of why a lot of our brothers and sisters are trapped. The way the West is designed, believe me, this is my glasses. Let me tell you this. This is Ray-Ban, right? This is, in fact, this is a new pair of glasses. You probably wouldn't even notice because it looks exactly the same as the old one. Now, look at this, right? This is Ray-Ban. I've just got this recently. Did you know that if I'm unable to pay for these glasses, look at my glasses, right? I can go to the opticians and actually obtain this on credit.
The killer.
And pay for it monthly.
Killer credit.
Pause right there, so.
Killer credit, my brother.
All right. Because when he said tax trap, initially let me hear that first. I thought he was mentioning like actual paying taxes.
Yeah.
But what he actually means is tax in the sense a bill or something that we can pay, we basically can't avoid, which is hard for you to avoid. So you have to pay like rent. You have to pay car note, because some place you live, you have to have one car. Because,
where I live, you have to.
Yeah, that's why you have to pay one car. So these things are things that you need. So like taxes, you have to, that's the only thing showing a life a tax on debt.
I tell you.
Tax are something you have to pay. So any form of bill that leads you where you have to pay to survive where you are is a tax, right? And that and you go right back up to when talk about even with the Joneses, lack of financial knowledge, all of that. You are gonna put yourself in a one way where you end up pay a greater tax than you need to pay. You understand? Where you could have, well, we've already mentioned this earlier, where you could have ended up paying a smaller rent by choosing area you want to live. Because you want to look like you live big, you go over Beverly Hills, for example, where rent the wazoo.
Boy money.
You understand? You understand? So you can get one little cheap car, you get one 2020 where the payment at so that now becomes a tax. So that now becomes a tax.
Whoa.
The system is built on you taking all this credit to keep paying into it. So you look like you're making it, but you're really not. You're working, like you're going in reverse. You're actually getting worse than better. So that's what he means, the tax trap.
But really, that's what it is. You said a good point. You look like, you know how much are we there foreign look like we're making it, and guess what? Because you look like you're making it, your family them back home, I said to yourself, say, oh, you look like you're making it. So me there in my yard, and me a struggle. So guess what me I go do? Me I go call you up, ring, because you look like you're making it. And poor them not understand. Say when you drop a foreign, immediately, unless, and here's the other thing, what surprise enough people when they come here. You see their nice family member. When you used to talk to them on the phone, oh, come to America. I will put you up. I will keep you. You can stay here as long as you want.
You can hear so many stories about that. After the 2 weeks, side eyes. After the 2 weeks, the kiss seat.